Having technical difficulties.
All right, man. Here we go.
Oh, there you are.
For the show.
Oh, look, we already moved away.
Go ahead.
Yes, that's 4. And that's 1. Yeah.
The Ustream.
Don't make me get
Mr. Howard Johnson, how you doing, my man?
I'm good.
Great. I'm glad that you came through.
Pleasure.
We're gonna go down a little bit of history of your music. You let me know. What's it about? Night Flight, first album.
Up to the corn. Talk to me.
Singing in Miami Beach and met singing in Toronto, and the rest is history. The first song I ever wrote was actually co-written with my partner singing in Toronto. It was #1 pop song. If you want it.
That's what I'm talking about. So
I love it.
How many albums did you do with Night Flight?
Well, I did 2 albums with Night Flight.
Awesome, man. So we've got a little bit of history on that. And then we got to your solo project. What made you get into your solo project? How did it become Howard Johnson?
Well, Night Flight had broken up at the time, and I met a guy in Miami that was from TK Records because that's where I cut my teeth, was singing with Betty Wright, Little Beaver, KC and the Sunshine Band, and Howard Smiley worked for TK Records and had a production agreement with the Sheep and A&M, and the rest was just history.
Wicked, donate.
Wow. So for that album, who produced
Michelle's
that
hating.
album?
Wicked. Michelle's hating.
Sheep.
Yeah.
It was
I don't care.
Sheep, Maury Brown.
This is my house. I don't
Paul
care.
Lawrence. I mean, just 3 guys that just kind of blew my mind, put me in a place
Orange
where I
County,
had
shut
never
up.
been.
How about the second album? When you went?
I was on A&M at the time, and A&M was getting calls on a song, "You're in My System." And they heard that and they thought that was me singing, but it was Mick Murphy from the System. So the record company thought it was a perfect way for me to work with Mick and David from the System. And the next thing you know, they were bringing me songs like, "Your love is much too much."
Shit. I love it.
And they were giving me like the most incredible
Well, Wicked said, "Damn."
and melodies that I had ever heard, and it was just a perfect opportunity for me to work with the System and get some of the best songs that I ever had since, "So Fine, So Glad You're My Lady," "Let This Dream Be Real," "Let's Take Time Out," "This Is Heaven."
Up to the corn.
So yeah, those were the songs that really inspired me to move forward. So that's what happened in the second album.
Third album, The Vision.
Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, Knees, Older Girl, Woman. Those songs just really inspired me. So tough. I mean, I could just sing these songs all day. They gave me melodies. It brought me back to the Motown days of where, they had only 15 seconds to really grab you. So those hooks were the things that grabbed me. It was the songs that they were writing. I mean, it's very difficult for me to explain the excitement that existed within those 4 or 5 years from 1982 to 87 to 88, where we were kids of Motown. Those were the things that we were inspired by, was hearing the Motown stuff. Just my imagination once again running away with me. Oh, it was just my imagination running away with me. So how can you not be inspired when you hear and you grow up with those kinds of songs? The Dells, Enchantment, Gloria, my Gloria, things ain't been the same since you went away. How can I not?
I love it.
Hell yeah.
A couple other albums. How about the Johnson and Branson? That was in '89, right?
Yes, that was a record that I did with Brian Loren and David Cochran, and the same thing. It was just really a continuation of what I grew up on, and I think we're all products of our environment, and that's the kind of music that I grew up with, and that just kept being pushed forward.
You did a second album too, Packed and Waiting, right?
Yes, Packed and Waiting. I got an opportunity to do a remake of So Fine, and worked with a kid named Regis Branson from New Jersey, and we just came up with some great songs, and just a continuation of what I started with.
Awesome. So what do you think about the state of music and the music industry today?
I think it exists right here in New York. I mean, you guys really, you have touched on the heartbeat of what soul and funk is about, and I think a lot of the new music, not to take anything away from the Ushers and Neo and Chris Browns and Rihanna and Beyonce, and all that's fine and dandy, but we know what it is that drives us and what drives you guys, and it's passion. I don't think there's any passion. The same kind of passion that we grew up on, that we feel like when I hear Rick James, I just can't stop. That feeling, that's what I get from you guys, of the love that I have for you guys, and what I picked up the other night being at OG Mike's. It was just that enthusiasm, that love, that passion.
Bro.
Girls getting on stage and dancing and falling down, cracking their heads. My homie said,
it's Ventura County, damn it.
Like nothing had happened. It's like, yo, I'm getting ready to funk and lay it down. And that's what it's about. And that's what this music is about. And that's the movement that I feel from you guys. And I'm not going to let you go. You guys won't be able to keep me away.
If you weren't a singer, what would you be? If you weren't in the music industry at all, what would you be doing right now?
I'd probably live 2 blocks away from here and coming over here every Sunday.
That's right, dude.
Which songs do you get asked to sing the most?
Well, I think without a doubt,
that's what I said.
It's So Fine, because So Fine was actually at the beginning of New Jack Swing. That was really the beginning, when you had Keith Sweat singing "I Wanna," dun, 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 I wanna, so when that was coming, and then Johnny Kemp just got paid, So Fine was at the forefront of Jack Swing, which was really the forefront of hip hop. So, of course, I mean, So Fine changed a lot of people's mind about what was happening in music, because it kind of harked back a little bit to kind of doo-wop with the ooh, so fine, blow my mind, ooh, baby, and a little information a lot of people don't notice. Freddie Jackson sung background on Lilo sung background on it. Lala sung background on it, who wrote, You Give Good Love with Kashif. So it was a lot of major people and major things that were happening at that time, during that era. It was a very exciting, place to be at that time. And this is even more exciting, so I feel like you guys are like the next level, going back.
Bring it back, man.
If
it wasn't for me,
keep it alive.
I just blame guys.
It's funny that you say that, because most of the kids got reintroduced to that old school sound in '95 when Thump Records added that single to that So Fine. So a lot of kids are playing that old school Volume 4. That's So Fine's on there. So that's an awesome. So which of your songs can you most relate to?
What motivates me? What motivates every man? Love. And what is love? A wonderful woman. When you talk about women, how can you not say that they are what? So fine.
What do you think your music has survived the has survived to this moment? We're 2014, the digital age. Why has it survived?
There she is.
This is going to sound corny, but because of you guys. That's why it's lasting.
What's your favorite genre?
We're in it right now. I mean, I was just, with a new friend listening to some new stuff that will probably be on my new record. And it's like, you have to go back to the roots of what this music is about. And like I said, I think we're all kids and products of Motown. We're, how can you not, just my imagination, my Sharia Moore, and those songs, they just planted a seed in us that continues to grow. And from 1982 to like 85,
83.
yeah,
82 to 87.
Was
That
the
was
year. Those were the years.
83 breakdancing.
And you guys never let it die. And I thank you and love you for, keeping it going.
What advice would you give to an up-and-coming singer/artist?
Buy Howard Johnson records.
They're getting mad at
Mr. Johnson, who have you worked with and taught to sing? I know that there's ghostwriters, there's teachers. You're a teacher, so who can you name that hey, I'm coming to you. Teach me how to sing. What do I need to do? Who have you worked with? And people don't know. It's good to know because he's an entertaining who only does this, but you've done a lot more.
Yeah, I've had the opportunity to write and produce and work with Tom Jones, Barry White, Boyz II Men, Madonna, and a lot of people didn't know that I did the remix with Battle Cat for Tupac, the largest selling 12-inch in the history of rap music. I Get Around. A little more history that, I was telling a few friends here, my new friends at the 805, that I never bought into the celebrity thing. I'm a real guy, I'm a common guy, backyard barbecues, let's hang, let's do shots, and somebody told me that the shot that I did was just water. I did a few of those. But to get back to it, it's that there's a wonderful library of music that exists that, we can all pull from. And that's what I pull from, and that's what you guys are still pulling from. But the other thing that I was going to tell you that most people don't know, the movie, The 5 Heartbeats, I was 3 of the voices in the 5 Heartbeats. I was JT's voice, Boy's voice, and Flash's voice.
No shit.
It was kind of what we call like on the down low. I don't have to be, on Front Street and flossing because I'm not that kind of guy. But, I've been in the business for a minute, and it's because of you guys that I'm able to be able to survive because you keep us alive. Thank you.
God bless you. Thank you for coming through. We're going to get another DJ right now to play a little bit, 30 minutes. But he's going to hit us up with a little special performance here. On behalf of everyone that's here, all the DJs that came through the 805s, and Chalillo, the crack record dealer that he is, brought this album and had everyone sign it. And I know you have this, but from us to you, thanks for coming through. Life is good, and thanks for supporting Throwback Sundays. Your true old school show.
Yeah.
From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate this, and like I've always said, if it wasn't for you, there'd be no me. Thank you.
Let's say Howard Johnson. Those of you that missed the interview, go ahead. Check our,
Go in there, go.
Stream server. Go ahead and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
Don't break the camera.
Smoking!
I own this book, I don't care.
Alright, that was it, right? That's it? It's over? Alright,